YouTube, it's still kind of, yeah, if you watch it, it's fine. It's got black bars on either side, but it's not terrible. You guys can let me know if it's terrible or not in the thing. Edit the date. You guys let me know if that looks decent. That's really the best I could do. When you go full screen, you can kind of zoom in, but it doesn't fit perfectly on that streaming. Discord seems like it's, yeah, Discord too kind of has it kind of cut off, but resolution will be higher tomorrow. Anyways, I'm still waiting on this trade here. 40. This is the trade I'd like to take. I don't know if it is going to come up. It's kind of hard to say. Like I said, I missed out on the run. But all right, I'm going to be quiet and fill out my journal since I haven't done it yet. And then things should be pretty set up by tomorrow-ish. Actually, I may not be able to journal because it looks like it's going to trigger me into this trade. Still got like 30 seconds till I can possibly enter. That's a bit too big of a green candle. That's kind of an issue. I want to enter right now, but I'm going to try to be disciplined and wait for the last 10 seconds. But I am very triggered into this trade right now. I really do want to get in. I'm going to hold out for another 10 seconds though, even though I think it's probably going to end up hurting more than it helps me. 3 more seconds. All right, I put my order. Is it going to fill me? It filled only one single one of my micros. Do not take off yet. Do not do that. Well, yeah, that's a problem. Wait, did it fill more? No, it did not. So it's trying to fill me at 25 right here. But it filled one single micro, which is a big problem. And now I'm filled. All right, well, let's see if it works out. 506.75 is my PT. I'm gonna have to do a manual PT. I hate how I hate how on Trade-Of-It I can't just scroll up on the chart. It keeps snapping it back down. It's really annoying. If any of you guys know how to fix that, let me know. Like I can't. I want to put my order at 506.75, but it's not allowing me to do that. Whatever. I got my stop loss up. Ew, why does NQ keep flipping so weak on me? What the hell is its problem? So weird. Look at it. This has been like such a weird thing all day. Like with the strings. Not really sure what's going on. But ES just got 3 pretty bullish candles in a row, and NQ is a turtle. It's a chart setting. Yeah, let me see if I can change my charts. Like, look, I still can't put my PT at 506. It's really pissing me off. Turn off auto adjust on trade. No, it's not trading view. It's trade of 8 starting. Better futures. Ricky, I don't know. I don't know you. I mean, I probably know you, but if that, I don't recognize that Discord username. I remember everyone by their usernames. But anyways, this trade's green right now. I'm trying to fix the chart so I can frickin' put a PT, but I can't. Configure chart elements. No. This is a pain in my ass, guys. Does anyone know how I can frickin' put my PT above the damn chart? Crosshair, snap. That does not work. Damn it, it's getting close and I still can't put my PT. This is pissing me off. Yeah, it is disabled and it's still not. That's for the crosshair though, not the chart. And because we're at all-time highs, I can't, like, usually I'll just zoom out. No, I can't zoom out because we're at all-time highs. Maybe if I switch to the daily. I mean, yeah, I can see a bit higher if I switch to the freaking daily, but... So annoying. I'm not liking how weak NQ is, guys. It's not looking too good. Not looking too good. ES is sweeping high of day. NQ is sweeping high of day as well, fairly bearishly, and we have a potential rising wedge here on ES. That does not look good. That's a bearish evening star on NQ, so that's bearish. Just barely got to high of day. Nothing past that though, and I can't take profits there because it's... I mean, it might have just cleared the 1-to-1 risk reward. No, it didn't even get to the 1-to-1 risk reward, so I can't. Regardless, this is, I mean, technically, the first leg is this high. Technically, the first leg is this high, which would mean the second leg has the potential for this here. That is way too aggressive for me, though. I just took it from this little point. But yeah, it's a bearish reversal signal. Plus, you got a volume spike on that doji. It's a pretty hardcore bearish reversal signal. Hopefully it doesn't play out, but I'm kind of expecting it to. Or I won't be surprised if it does. On chart settings, turn off continuous auto shift. Oh, wait. God bless you, Bree. I can always count on you. I wish I would have figured that out months ago because that has always been such a big headache of mine. Oh, Og the Flash. Yep, I remember you. Hope all is doing well, dude. Hope all is going well. NQ is just so freaking weak, guys. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Gonna hold the trade though because NQ has ended up flipping strong most of the runs anyways, so I'm gonna let it play out, see what happens. It was a good entry though. I mean, couldn't have been a better entry. Very good, both these trades, very good. You guys on YouTube missed out. I did enter long trade here and I lost, so you guys missed out on one loss. Man, NQ is not doing what I need it to do. Unfortunate. And I mean, yeah, I would love to enter ES, but with how much ES dropped on this drop, I can't enter it. You know, it would have been nice. Sure, I could have been confirmed in, but ES dropped way further than NQ did. As far as like how much it retraced of this entire run, wasn't able to get into ES. I'm hoping NQ can flip strong, but we'll see. You know, this is a very solid rising wedge on ES that I hope doesn't play out, but it's certainly a possibility. Message retracted. Yeah, okay, you did that. Hey Viper, does this? Hang on. Viper, with you being a moderator, does that fix the link issue in chat? You'll have to let me know. I just changed that for you. I did move my stop loss up to here, by the way. It was here from the start. So pretty crazy risk to reward. Usually try to stick around 1.5, but you know, I got in because of this green candle. I'll get out because of this green candle if it invalidates. And if this invalidates, I would assume that we're at least going to go for a lower low. I do really like this trade though, because NQ got 4 lower lows with buying wicks in a row right here, which is really nice to see. And then you had this beautiful momentum candle, and the volume on this candle was perfect. Like no crazy big volume spike, just solid increase in green volume. And the candle was disproportionate to the volume. The volume wasn't a lot for the candle size, which tells me like it's pure buyers, short squeeze, whatever it is, no sellers. NQ's trying to redeem itself. So the way this PT is set up, it's a pretty speculative PT. I just took the length of this first leg and put it above. You could sell early if you want to. I mean, we could take fib extensions as well. Let me see what fib extensions would have given me. So like this would be a good fib extension here. You know, that's kind of mildly concerning because 61.8 is a big resistance, and you can see that this fib extension had its levels respected. I don't like how close together the extensions are, though. I think this one might be a better one. Well, that lines up with the 61.8. But we will see. Did that make a higher high? It did not make a higher high. What tool is that? That's the fib extension tool. Just don't leave those messages in chat, Viper. You know, I was thinking NQ was kind of flipping strong there, but it kind of just gave all of it back. I'm not sure where it wants to go. I mean, it's in favor of the trend. Not a fan of this chopping up. You know, I do want ES to get back. If ES can get back up to here, I'm going to be thinking that it's going to break this rising wedge to the upside, which will invalidate it. But right now it's looking like it's trying to play out this rising wedge. We will see. It did get to the one. It did now, but this is a really, really tight stop loss. So yeah, if you're just going bare minimum, sure it did. But that's win in specific would be smaller than, it would be my smallest win I've taken all month or for the last 30 days. Oof, so ES is doing what I wanted it to do. Look at NQ, nothing. NQ does not look too good. It looks like it's actually going to stop me out. Well, It's a problem with trading at all-time highs. You just don't really know. I don't have any solid pivots to play to or anything like that. It's because my settings are adjusted. My Fibonacci settings are adjusted. I took off the stupid rainbows and made all of them white. See, I turned off the background too. Or turned down the opacity of the background. That way it's a lot cleaner. ES looks good, NQ does not. I wish I was in ES. NQ looks near guaranteed to stop me out. It actually looks like a pretty good short trade. If ES wasn't a bull pennant, this would be a perfect short trade. This would be a 10 out of 10 TA short trade right now. ES trying to break that bull pennant to the upside. It would be nice if NQ could go with it. Honestly, if NQ wasn't so much weaker, it was only weaker right after I entered the trade. Literally the minute after I entered the trade, NQ was weaker. I would have been at my PT by now. I do need ES to break above that top trend line if this rising wedge is going to be invalidated. I'm going to hang out on my phone until something interesting happens. But my confidence is fairly low in this trade. It's starting to look very tempting to stop out of this trade pretty much at break even. Honestly, it just NQ is just shitting the bed, not doing anything that I needed to do. The only thing that's kind of keeping me in this trade is NQ's done this a few times today, and it did end up flipping pretty strong after. It's not looking like that the same thing is going to happen. And it looks like I may not even get the chance to stop out at break even. Right when I was about talking about doing it, it dumped. It was a pretty good trade though. It's just trading at all-time highs, it's really just a toss-up of how far it'll go. But this bullish consolidation, if NQ didn't flip so super weak, this should have been all the way up there. It really should have. This bullish consolidation was plenty big, and so was the run leading into it. If I wasn't in this trade, I would be entering shorts right now, but I gotta wait for it to stop me out. And then if I get lucky and it bounces before getting this pivot, I'll take a short trade. But honestly, I don't think it's gonna bounce. I think it's probably just gonna get right there. Shorts look freaking phenomenal. That was a pretty bearish candle open on this one. Yeah, my biggest concern right now is NQ's not going to bounce before hitting this pivot, and I'm going to miss out on shorts. So unlucky. Just once again today, ES and NQ going absolutely opposite directions. ES has been going up this whole time, barely, and NQ's been friggin' dive bombing. If only I talked about stopping at a break even like 15 seconds sooner, I would have been able to do it, but timing of that was pretty unfortunate. That PT's still way too close. Ideally, I'd want to enter somewhere right around up here for shorts. With this weakness though on NQ, I don't think it's going to bounce. I hope it does, but I don't think it's going to. I think it doesn't really have a great chance of bouncing until it gets to here, unless somehow, someway, miraculously we bounce. But you can see ES is about a clear high of day again, and NQ is still on a red candle. This is ridiculous, guys. ES is so damn bullish. It's really bullshit that I got scammed this hard. Also, I also got scammed right when I was about to stop out of break even. It got that massive red candle. I don't think it's gonna. ES needs to pull back. I think NQ is gonna blow right through my stop loss and get to my bearish PT without allowing me in. Unfortunately, that's really shitty. It's very rare that today is just such a weird day with ES and NQ going absolutely opposite directions. Every trade is such a gamble because of it. Would love to enter NQ shorts, but I need it to bounce a decent ways, and now I gotta be patient and wait for it to form a head and shoulders. Honestly, I don't really want to wait though. You know, I'm starting to be way more bearish below this blue line. Like I'm thinking it may drop to here because ES hasn't even started pulling back yet. But you know, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm just horrendously unlucky and NQ decides to flip super strong right after sweeping my stop loss and just shoots right back up while ES does not go up. But that's more than unlikely. And I really like NQ shorts. Even to this low down here is pretty good. It's a bearish candle open on NQ. I mean, I'm willing to take it early, but I can't go to the nearest PT. I'd have to go to this one down here. It has great odds though. Like this does not look too good. If this candle closes right, I think I'll take it. Well, I gotta wait for the last 10 seconds, and it unfortunately made a lower low, which hurts the odds of this trade working out drastically. I did not want to enter when it's cleared the low of this green candle, but I may have to. And it just has to be like the world's biggest red candle so that it screws my average. Oh, it's kind of coming back up. Honestly, if this green candle validates, I'm probably just going to hop in, but I don't know. There's not really a right answer with how unpredictable the NQ and ES have been today. I filled it. We'll see. I don't like that they can't close green, but ES is that's a textbook rising wedge. The problem is though, high of day on ES is not, like I'm not a huge fan of this trade. I said I'll enter if the green candle validates. I did, but I'm just not a fan of this trade. Not really a fan of anything, to be honest. I'm willing to have my stop loss super close, though. I'm going to roll with a super tight stop loss. If I keep losing, at least the losses will be small. That's a bullish reversal candle. Is that a perfect double bottom though? 62.50. It is perfect double bottom on NQ. Wow. I would be very bearish for this rising wedge to break the downside on ES, but that is not a proper high of day on ES. ES needs a new high of day. It would be really cool if it broke to the downside right now. I don't think it's going to though. And I am concerned that NQ is going to come up and sweep my stop loss before breaking this low, but I'm just not willing to put my stop losses further away. I'm only willing to keep my stop losses very, very tight. I only want to take small losses on this price action. It's a bullish candle open on NQ. It looks like it's trying to put in a bullish candle as a result. And I told you guys I really wanted to enter shorts right here, but I don't want to close a win. I don't want to close my long early just to reverse the trade and hop in shorts, because you're at huge risk of psychological deterioration if it ends up going back up. And you take not only a double loss, but you miss out on the win. It's too much of a risk to do that. So unfortunately, I couldn't participate. But I told you guys it looked so damn bullish. Just my biggest concern now is ES is just not a proper high of day. But the reason I'm still triggered into this trade is due to NQ's extreme weakness, well, at least at the time of entering. And this rising wedge on ES is pretty likely to at least produce this low here. I'm thinking with how weak NQ's been, if ES at least produces this low, NQ should be, if it continues being as weak as it has been during my freaking long trade, it's likely to produce that low. So we will see. Looks like NQ's actually trying to flip strong, which could produce a big bounce. You know, this is a bear pennant, but I'm not bearish for it to break. It kind of looks like NQ's actually going to go for my stop loss. If this candle closes like, yeah, NQ did flip strong. Wish it could do that when I'm in a long trade. But yeah, it looks actually a lot stronger than ES. It looks like it's probably going to get my stop. This is such a nice perfect double bottom though. I'm going to have to end up re-entering shorts if it does go up. All right, I'll be right back. I got a phone call. Guys, NQ is strong. It's stronger than ES, damn it. This trade's not looking too great anymore. You know, it could still get to PT, but it's way stronger than ES now, unfortunately. There's nothing I can do about this BS price action. It's pretty terrible. NQ looks like it wants to reverse to the upside, but, and I mean, I could trade subjectively. I could hit the reversal button. Not going to, though. I'm going to trade as mechanically as possible, but if this kind of happens for multiple days in a row, I'll give it a shot, but I'm not going to change the way I trade based on one day of crappy price action. But now my hope is that ES, because ES got to where I wanted it to go, but because NQ flipped strong, my hope is that ES is going to continue down. And, you know, that's just kind of a hope. That's the thing. I hate having to hope when I'm in my trades, and right now I'm having to just hope that it continues down. Unfortunately, it doesn't look very likely because, like I said, this high of day on ES is not a proper high of day. Like, best case scenario, we come down, do something like this. Yes, it'll probably form a head and shoulders, but I would love to re-enter long somewhere up here and take it to new high of day because that is not a proper high of day on ES. We should break that high of day. Looks like NQ did flip weak again, so that's good. My PT is a pretty conservative PT too. It seems far away, but it's really not. You know, the width of this wedge, a conservative width of this wedge is here. That puts our PT to this low, and this also happens to be like a quad bottom right there. Not that that's a big deal because they're all next to each other, but this is a very solid pivot right here. This rising wedge easily has the potential to produce that, which would put NQ all the way down like here. You know, the most satisfying pattern I ever see play out is a rising wedge, especially when there's like no supply or anything. It's just like a rising wedge, and you draw it out, it looks perfect, it looks too good to be true, but then it actually breaks to the downside. It's always a very satisfying thing. Mostly because it's a reversal pattern, and calling the tops on things is rare. Unfortunately, though, it looks like ES is going to go for that high of day. I would love to enter ES longs right now for it, but too close to PT, and I'm stuck in this short trade. That's why that first blue line was a good PT on ES, because that's where I thought it was going to pull back to. It's also a 23.6 fib. But NQ flipped weak a bit too late, so that's a very bullish candle. Let's see if I get yet another green to red trade. Would be very unfortunate, but like I said, my confidence in this second hour price action has been very, very low today. That's bullish. You can't stop a break even if you want. I would, but ES is too close to high day right now. And with it being so close to high day, it's not unlikely to sweep high day and come back down. So I'm going to ride this trade out, but these are good trades. Every single trade has been a great trade. It's just it's not getting enough continuation. Oh, ES did not sweep Hive Day. In fact, it just topped out again right there. So otherwise, it would be looking really good. Doesn't look terrible on NQ, but it didn't actually sweep Hive Day. So I'm still bullish for ES New Hive Day. Maybe I'll get blessed and this will come back down and NQ does get to my PT and I can actually enter long, but I'm not going to get my hopes up for that. Let's continue hanging out and wait for this thing to play out. It's a lower low on NQ. Good area for a possible bounce, but I'm hoping that ES can get a lower low as well because that'll actually give me my PT on the NASDAQ. Doesn't have to though, like I said, I'm still bullish for ES New Hive Day. And you know, you could have sold a break even when it got there. It's not bad at all. I was pretty tempted to, but there's a really good chance that ES would sweep Hive Day and come back down. Unfortunately, just didn't sweep Hive Day. But I mean, if ES does, it doesn't look like it. That's a reversal candle on NQ, and that's the third lower low we've made. Doesn't really look like it. But if ES does come down and sweeps this low, I'd love to take a long. The lower it goes, the better. I would love to take a long for not only Hive Day, but probably way above Hive Day. Let me see. I think that's a fair price target. I think that's fair. So that's what I need to happen. I need it to come down, do one of these numbers, come up. I'll take the trade. It's gonna have to have a very tight stop loss, crazy risk to reward. I think I'm willing to do that. What do you guys think? Type in chat. Obviously, I don't know if it's starting to try to give me hope. I'm not accepting it. But if it does do that, I will take that. I'll take that trade. If it doesn't do that and it shoots up, well, I'm not going to be able to go long because I'm stuck in this short. That's pretty damn bullish buying wick on NQ. Let's see if it holds. Looks like it wants to hold. No, maybe not. Had a pretty intermediate candle open. It wasn't really a bearish or a bullish candle open. Actually, my PT is at, I just realized my PT is about an entire point lower on MNQ. This point on MNQ is lower than the point here. NQ just flipped strong, unfortunately. I told you guys that was a pretty bullish buying wick. I don't know if I want to keep my MNQ PT where it is or move it up. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to matter. That's really bullish on NQ. It's way stronger than ES now. The only hope is that ES does come down here, take out this low, and potentially stop out the longs you just entered there. I'm torn, guys. I don't know if I want to move my MNQ PT up to 725. Right now it's at 46. I usually do my TA off the ES chart. No, I'm going to move it up. I do my TA off the NQ chart. So I will go based on the NQ chart. But on the MNQ chart, that spot's a little bit lower. I don't care. It's definitely the proper thing to do. You know, it's really out of greed that I keep my PT there. Look how much stronger NQ is than ES now. So ES got where I wanted it to go. It did make a lower low. If NQ gets to my PT, it's looking really good. Because like I said, the lower ES gets, the better the long trade is going to end up being. Just need NQ to get a bit lower. It's a lot of buyers here. Really doesn't want to get lower, guys. This is kind of looking concerning. Not really. This candle's pretty bearish, actually. If it stays this way, if it doesn't get a huge green body. But if it stays roughly this small, stays under the midline of this red candle, it's probably going to continue down. Let's see if it checks out. No, it's a bullish candle open. I don't know. ES is flipping strong, which isn't bad. I wanted ES to go down more because this is kind of where I wanted to enter my long. If NQ holds a buying wick here, I'm screwed. I don't think it's going to invalidate yet another one. It did get the buying wick way too early into the candle. I don't think this buying wick's going to hold. Now, if it got it at the end of the candle, that's a different story, but it put it in that buying wick within the first 5 seconds of within the first 10 seconds of the candle. So. Currently in SPY calls, I'm not trading options. Well, it did invalidate that buying wick, but then it revalidated it again. And that's another bullish candle, another lower low, guys. This thing, holding this short right now is like holding a live hand grenade. That's the way I look at it. However, the candle didn't close very bullish, but it's playing out as such. I'm not betting on ES to go up, Jay Luna. I'm stuck in this stupid short trade that just barely missed my PT. Man, if it hit my damn PT, I'd be entering longs right now and be looking real good. that is, I told you guys, if it holds one more bullish wick, I don't think it's going to invalidate it right away. And sometimes I hate being as good at TA as I am because I know when doom is coming, and that last candle did it. That is the most bullish candle we've had during this entire downtrend. Would be really nice if it invalidates. I mean, it can, but with me being bullish for ES new high of day, I don't know. I'm gonna hang out on my phone until something interesting happens. Honestly, guys, you could extend your PT further out. Extending it to here is pretty reasonable, actually. Because it doesn't look like it's going to get there. Right now it looks bullish. However, if it does invalidate this entire bounce, that is very bearish and should produce more than my PT. So I move my PT down to the MNQ level, so just a little bit lower. That doesn't decrease the likelihood of it hitting at all, because right now it looks like it wants to stop me out. We'll see. I'm gonna hang out on my phone until something happens. Selling a break even here is even better than last time. I can't do it. I gotta let the trade play out, unfortunately. Even though NQ is now way stronger, and I can't sell a break even when there's even a little bit of hesitation. If I sell a break even, my rule is there has to be absolutely no hesitation, and there's way too much still. Because even though NQ made a lot of lower lows, I called it. I said if it gets another buying wick, I think that's it. Like, it's gonna shoot up. That doesn't mean I exit my trade. But even though NQ's been stronger than ES, there's still a chance ES goes for another oscillation. And the PT on NQ now, the PT that I have, is such a phenomenal PT. It's a bit too likely to do something like this and come back down. And if I stop out at break even, I'm going to have to re-enter here, and I don't want to have to do that. I'd rather just let the trade play out. And if it does stop me out, I'd re-enter at roughly-ish the same price. But that's up to you guys. You know, this is kind of bullshit. You know, 2 green to red trades in a row. Both trades have been freaking fantastic. Started off super green, got fairly close to PT. It's just, I'm not getting enough today to put prolonged trades together. No, I don't use trailing stops right now, Steve. You can if you want to. You'd be out of this trade if you did. But for me, no. That's pretty bullish. Looks like ES is set up to break high of day. Damn, man, this day is terribly shitty. Even if ES breaks high day, this trade still has a chance of playing out, but I really don't want it to happen. It's going to be so shitty if it does, guys, because I really wanted to take it. I really wanted to take ES longs. It's so damn obvious. Just like this trade. I mean, it was so damn obvious that by the time it got down to here, it was going to at least get to this low. I called it out. I said, if you're not stuck in longs with me or you're out, I would love to enter shorts right now, but I can't. You know, it's just part of the mechanical rules that I follow. That it's the price I pay for consistency. But I mean, if it's happening twice in a row to where not only am I having 2 green to red trades in a row, but also I'm missing out on a super obvious trade that I'd love to participate in. Really shitty. Very unlucky. And this is an inverse head and shoulders on ES. On NQ, I mean. Laying out, just kind of playing on my phone. You know, I'm sized pretty light, so even if I just lose a bunch of times, I don't think it's even possible for me to give back. I'd have to lose 2 more times I'd have to go 0-5 today in order for me to give back yesterday's green day. So it's whatever. I don't think I'm going to go 0-5. It's a perfect triple top on ES. I could not be more bullish for it to break. It's an inverse head and shoulders on NQ now. We'll see if that breaks to the upside. Looks like it actually flips stronger than ES as well. So it's pretty likely to do it. But I still don't know if it's going to... There's too much hesitation for me to sell at break even, so I can't. But if you guys want to, you totally can. It's against my rules right now to do it. That's a very bullish candle on NQ. Looks good for a short squeeze. Honestly, at this point, it might just go for new. NQ might go all the way up to new high of day. It flipped way stronger than NQ. I mean, ES. And I'm still bullish for ES to break high of day. But it's so much stronger right now. Man, you love to see it. Not only 2 green to red trades in a row, but 2 missed out green trades in a row due to me being stuck in this trade. This is definitely the worst day I've had in at least the last 30 days. Not P&L wise. When I stop out of this trade, Only down like 400-ish per account, so $2,000. Unfortunate. I just can't. I mean, I can't do anything about that. Both trades were phenomenal. It's just bullshit price action that screwed me over. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. Which is this? Well, I may lean bullish for NQ new high of day. Honestly, I think it's going to come back down and hit this pivot. It's hard to say. Obviously ES is going to break high of day. It's just, I just don't trust NQ. If NQ was just a tiny bit weaker at any point in this trade, it would have hit PT. I mean, we were 1 point. I was 1 point away from this PT hitting. It's super annoying, but it is what it is. I mean, if I wanted to enter NQ new high of day, I could, but I don't know if NQ wants it bad enough. And my entry would be roughly here-ish. So if NQ puts in a cup and handle, I'm fine doing it, but now I just have conflicting analysis because I have this PT down here which needs to hit at some point. Why didn't I see that Powell speaks today? Hang on. If Powell talks today, that would explain this bullshit that I'm going through. No, I don't see anything about Powell speaking. Oh, wait. I do. At 1:40 Eastern. Yep, well, that explains it. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't change the way I trade, but that explains this BS. I mean, we have Beige Book. That's a decent little catalyst, but I don't know. We'll see. You know, if I get decent consolidation or we start exploding up with momentum, I'm able to enter long there. Otherwise, I'm just looking at shorts again down here. Except I would go for the further away PT. This one down here. So we'll see. I'll probably just take one more trade. If it's a loss, I'll wrap it up for today. There's nothing I could do. All those trades were great. Now, I am tempted to enter longs on this candle here on NQ. It is a pretty bullish candle. It's actually a very bullish candle. Ooh, it did not hold though. I can be confirmed in. This is a good trade. It's a good long. If you think NQ is going to clear high of day, you can go for it. I mean, it is stronger than ES. I think I'm going to take it, guys. I kind of like it. It's a lot stronger than ES. ES is not likely to hold this triple top. I took it. We will see what happens. I mean, we got confirmed bullish consolidation. It's stronger than ES for now. ES is a perfect triple top that I'm bullish for it to break. And with NQ's current strength, by the time ES breaks its perfect double top, NQ should be somewhere up here close to high a day. By then, I'll be very bullish to high a day anyways. Yeah, it's a fine trade. It's just, man, I wish my confidence was higher. Got scammed twice in a row. And I feel it about to happen a third time. But that is gambler's fallacy. Each trade is a unique event, not related to the last one. You got to remember that. So if you don't remember that they are going to be related, then you're going to have an issue. No, it's flipping weak. It was great. I mean, it was a good entry. I entered before it got that high. But NQ did just flip weak. That last candle was green on ES. NQ's last candle was red. And that's not looking too great. I just need NQ to pick a side, pick a strength, and I'll be able to play it. But it just cannot do it. Or really only when I'm in the trade. I mean, I think every single trade I've been, minus the very first trade, but every trade that I've taken while on this stream, it's been the opposite of what I needed it to do. Right after entering, it flipped weak. Like when I needed it strong here, the candle after I entered flipped weak, and that caused it to not hit my PT and get a green to red trade. Pretty much the same thing here. You know, I entered on, I actually remember, I entered somewhere over here. And yeah, it ended up flipping strong here. It was pretty even. It was pretty close. That one wasn't as bad. It really sucks though, because looking back, price action hasn't been terrible. I mean, we get nice bullish consolidation here. Beautiful. Broke to the upside, got new high of day. Beautiful. We got continuation down to at least this pivot. Beautiful, predictable. Like price action itself has been fine. It's just the circumstances of price action while I'm in the context of my trades has been bad. The problem is with this trade is, yeah, it did break to the upside. It did get new high of day, but I needed it to be stronger than ES, and instead it flipped horrendously weak and didn't get to where I needed it to go, resulting in a green to red trade. And because I was waiting to stop out of this trade, which was roughly like here, I couldn't get into shorts for this low, so I had to wait until it got to here. But unfortunately, it was still a good entry. It didn't get enough to get. So it's like, it's not like price action's terrible or chopping. It's just like, in the context of my trades, price action has not been in my favor at all. Let's see. I mean, this trade's back to technically having a chance. It's just NQ is no longer much stronger than he is. It's pretty even. Normally, I would think ES is probably just going to sweep high of day, then go back down. But we did get a lot of lower lows here. I think there's a good chance. There's a strong argument for it continuing up to trend up after it breaks high of day, because this is a descending broadening wedge. Not a fan of these selling wicks on the NASDAQ, though. When do you stop options? After the first hour, Blackhawk. I only trade options for the first hour. Today was green, but very hectic. But it was hectic for a lot of reasons. You know, I was very overwhelmed with my new setup, not used to it yet, and also I just kept getting baited. Got baited on puts twice, here and here. Now, I did go against demand here. Demand ended up kicking my ass, but I also got baited here. But price action was at least good enough for me to turn a profit. And keep in mind, usually I would not like entering this NQ trade because it's in the middle of the range. You guys know me, I don't trade in the middle of the range. But the reason I enter is because not only at the time of entry, NQ is very strong, which is not there anymore. Go figure. That's what's happened to every single one of my trades. But ES also has this perfect triple top, which I'm bullish for it to break. And by the time that breaks, NQ should be somewhere up here. and then I'm very triggered in for Hive Day. So, but it looks like NQ may actually be flipping weak, unfortunately. Just like my last long trade. This candle cannot have a selling wick. If this candle has a selling wick, I think it's going to break to the downside. I need that selling wick to not be there. Yeah, that selling wick ended up holding, and it is breaking to the downside, just like I predicted. I can't be confident that it holds a break to the downside, though, because I'm so bullish for new Hive Day on ES, but yeah, volume's really drying up. I think it's waiting for Powell to talk. I think that's the big problem. That's why volume is dropping off a cliff. So this is actually a terrible time to trade. Like, ES's movement is terrible. It looks like this looks like the same price action that happens overnight, except last night's price action was way better because you had, you know, nice moves happen. But man, looking at this ES chart, I could not be more bullish for Hive Day. Like, I am so damn bullish for Hive Day. It would be a huge shame if it doesn't happen. But I wish I could just trust NQ to stay strong, but that's the opposite of what it's been today. It's been the opposite of trustworthy. Like, it puts in this fantastic candle here, and then it just invalidates it with the next one with a nearly a bearish engulfing. Where ES is still on a green candle. The annoying part is I can totally force today to be a green tree. Like a green day, I can totally just force it. I could totally trade subjective, trade candle by candle, and scalp everything that I say is going to happen. That ends up happening. But that'd be very imperfect psychology, so I'm not going to do that. Just going to continue allowing myself to get pummeled by the market. But yeah, NQ looks super weak now. And if this stops out, I mean, it would be a fantastic trade. It would be a fantastic short to this low. by the time it gets down to like here. But the problem is I have so much conflicting analysis with this high, and volume is so much drying up. I don't think I'm going to trade anymore. I think I'm going to take this last. This is it for my last trade. And that'll be today, because it looks like just the market's waiting for Powell to talk, and it's probably going to be good after he talks. But I'm not going to be around for that. I got too much to do today. This is a bull flag forming. Looks like a pretty bullish potential cup and handle, but I'm not confident that it does not break to the downside. As far as the proportions of this cup and handle go, it could totally break far enough to sweep my stop, but this formation in itself is pretty bullish. Just the reason why I'm just a big pessimist is because the market's given me nothing to be optimistic about today. So chart looks pretty bullish, but I'm not expecting any favors. Just hanging on my phone, guys. If I wanted to sell this trade early, I can't. I can't even think about selling it early until ES gets new high of day. So I'm just hanging out here waiting for something interesting to happen. It looks like Powell, yeah, kind of screwed up today with price action being super slow, and there's not much I can do about it. So just hanging out. If ES breaks high of day, I'll consider selling this trade early depending on how it looks. Yeah, Galaxy. I looked at the news today, but I didn't scroll down far enough to see Powell speaking. So he ruined. I'm convinced he ruined my trades. That's why the strength analysis has been so just not trustworthy. Volume's been so dry, and it also makes sense that it didn't sweep this pivot right here because it didn't need to, because there just wasn't a lot of players. There wasn't a lot of shorts in here in the first place. It was just kind of naturally trickling down. So, whatever. Like I said, I can't sell this trade early. I can either sell this trade at PT stop loss or when ES clears high of day. Nothing to do unless that happens. So, we will see. Not gonna lie though, I'm very tempted to come back, and obviously I won't be on YouTube for it, but I'm pretty tempted to come back and trade for when Powell talks. Well, there goes that trade. Was looking good for a hot second, but what time is it? 10:21. It's not even a major time. 0-4 today. You gotta love it, and that does technically count as a green to red trade. Technically confirmed into shorts to this level, but I can't enter. I don't know what's going on with the market. He's not supposed to talk until for 24 minutes. No, not even that. He's not even supposed to talk for another hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, so that was pretty random. At a random time too, 10:21. I have no idea, but it looks like it did just enough to sweep my stop loss. Hang on, let me document that. All right, so still didn't give back all of yesterday's gains. NQ, I wouldn't be surprised if NQ ends up squeezing to the upside now. I'm still bullish for ES to break high of day. I really want to continue trading, but I will force myself to be disciplined. I'm pretty much out of time. Kind of bullshit what happened, but there's really nothing I can do about it. Still just as bullish for ES to break high of day, and NQ's going right back up. I did really want to re-enter longs here. You can if you really want to, but for me, I'd be breaking my rules. My psych isn't. I'm not feeling very disciplined right now, so I'm not going to do it. But still bullish for ES new high of day. It's going to happen at some point, but regardless, I'll just call it here. So first day ever on YouTube going 0-4. Not a single green trade today. Every trade besides one of them was green to red, and this looks like it's going to get exactly where I need it to go. Look how bullshit this is. And like I said, I would love to just double my size and hop in right now, but not going to allow myself to do it just because that would be pretty undisciplined, and I'm not feeling level-headed. But, all right, I'm going to call it here. If I keep looking at this, I'm just going to be tempted to trade more. I'm not going to do it. So hopefully you guys watching me be very tempted and not give in inspires you guys to do the same. Because most of you guys, at least in my Discord, are profitable traders if you can just freaking follow your rules even when you don't want to. This is one of those times that I really don't want to follow my rules. I would really love to get in longs right here because I pretty much know for a fact it's gonna go up. I knew it pretty much for a fact once this green candle closed. It's a lot stronger than ES. That screams bullish liquidity sweep, and we still have this perfect triple top at high day on ES. So whatever. Let me just document this real quick. All right, well, I'll see you guys later. Unfortunate that pretty much every trade was a freaking green to red trade, but Powell screwed it up. We'll blame Powell for it. Hopefully tomorrow's a way better day. And, yeah, pretty lame. But all right, I'll see you guys later. DM me if you guys have any questions or anything. And as far as the psych lesson that's happening after market close today, I'll have to see where I'm at as far as getting my setup able to record a lesson. It may not be ready to do that yet. So I'll just keep you guys updated regarding that. If you're still trading, I'm still bullish. I just got freaking swept. Oh well. But all right, I'll see you guys later.